Hi guys, so this is the third video here, and just going to refer out here. So we're part number 8, okay? We're making what's known as the cab cover, okay? So we're going to start off with a sketch, okay? This is something new, so that's why I've introduced it in a new video again. And we're going to make the top kind of the actual steamroller. If I just refer out here to the front, we're making this bit here, okay? And the reason I want to introduce it is because we actually want to do this little cut at an angle. It's called a chamfer. Okay, and that's why I wanted to introduce it. So, new video. So it says here, open a new part, cab cover, whatever. So we're going to select the top plane to sketch on. Once again, we're going to do a rectangle, 70 by 85, starting on the origin right here. So there's the origin. Okay, if I can spell origin. There's our origin. And then what we're going to do is we're going to extrude that by 10 millimeters and call it cab cover. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So starting off, so file, new, part. Okay, so we're sketching this time on the top plane. So top plane, sketch. Start off with a rectangle, corner rectangle, starting on the origin, click, let go, click. Smart dimension, click on the line, drag down. This line is 70, and this line is 85. There we go. Features. Extrude boss base. I want that to be 10. Luckily enough for me, it automatically comes in as 10. Accept. There we go. That's the start of it. Okay. Now, refer back here. It says then, renamed cab cover. I'll do that in a second. Select the underside of the cab. Select normal to and draw the center line shown. So we're going to draw another center line. If you remember previously, we did one where they were 12, 12, 12, and 12. These ones are all going to be 17 and all construction lines again, center lines. So we have to select the underside of it, okay? And then we're going to draw on that. So there's the cab cover. I'm going to press down my mouse wheel and hold it and rotate it until I get the bottom. Click on the bottom, sketch. It usually comes in straight away. Now, select corner rectangle, draw any rectangle in there, and then change it. Look, it's still highlighted for construction. Accept. Smart dimension now. Smart dimension, the distance between this line and this edge, 17. 17, enter. This line and this edge, 17. This line and this edge, 17. Then this line and this edge, 17. There we go. What that has helped us do now is identify 4 center points for 4 circles. Very similar, okay? Refer back out here. If you remember previously in the other video, we're going to draw 4 circles. They all have a diameter of 9, and they're going to look, dimension, all circles, diameter 9, make them equal, accept the sketch, make them all equal, okay, add a relation, and we're going to just extrude cut them 6 millimeters into the object. So diameter 9, cut in 6. So let's draw my circles using each center point. Look, once again, I'm going to go small, going to go big, going to go really big, go somewhere in between there. Okay, 4 different size circles. Now, what I want to do is select one, hold down shift, and select the other 4, or the other 3. Come over here to my relations toolbar, click on equal. They're all equal. Happy. Now what I want to do is smart dimension those. Once I dimension one, they should all change. I want the dimension of those to be 9. There we go. Okay. Now at this point, I want to go features, extrude cut, blind, and this time not through the whole thing. You can see their blind is kind of taking it the whole way. I don't want that. I just want it to be 6. Goes up into a little bit, except the green arrow. There we go. Okay. Now, really quickly going to go back and rename. So this one here was meant to be called cab cover. And this one should be, I'll just call it, it's actually just saying holes. Okay, I'll just say holes for support. Doesn't really matter as long as you called it something identifiable. Okay, now that's kind of the, I suppose, not too hard a bit, but we're going to move on to the next new little thing we're going to learn about. So chamfer. Select chamfer in the features toolbar, apply a chamfer of 5 millimeters to the top edges. It's also going to have an angle as well. Okay, so what we're going to do is a chamfer, essentially, what a chamfer is when you have an edge cut at, oh, sorry, I forgot to switch out here, is when you have an edge here at an angle, okay? It's a little design feature that adds, I suppose, a nice finish to the surface. So what we're going to do is to find a chamfer. Go back into my sheet here now. To find chamfer, it's in your features toolbar, and if you come over here, it's actually might be hidden for some of you, but in this fillet section, a fillet is a round edge, a chamfer is an angled. So I'm just going to show you both, okay? The one we want is chamfer. But if I do fillet first, look, click on fillet. What I can do is here, you can change this to 5, because that's what it's meant to be. The radius is going to be 5. Okay? And if I select this top face here, the whole face, watch here. Notice how it's saying show preview, full preview. It's kind of gone rounded around the edges. Now, I don't want that, okay, because I'm not doing a fillet. If I did want it, I'd green and accept. I don't. So I hit the X. What I want is a chamfer. So I'm going to go arrow, chamfer. Now, what I want, once again, the distance is 5. Very important you have your degree set in here. Our degree is 45 degrees, okay? If you wanted a different style chamfer and made it a little bit more kind of smaller, okay, or longer, you could change the degree in here. But generally, 99% of the time, it's always going to be 45 degrees. So 5 millimeters in here. And what you can do then is, there's a couple of ways. You could either select the whole top surface. Look, items to chamfer will go in here. So select the whole top surface, or you could select each edge individually. Look, you can select all the edges, and they've all happened. But if I don't want those, I can come over here and click and delete, click, delete, click, delete, click, delete. The quicker way is probably just select the whole top surface. Done. And look, you can also change it in here. I could actually change the angle in there. Don't want to, I could change the dimension. Instead of 5, look, if I change it to 3, look how it gets smaller. You can change it obviously over here as well, but I'm going to do it there. Happy with that, accept, green arrow, done. There's our part. It's actually finished. What I want to do now is right click on that. I'm going to add, I think it's pine again, isn't it? I think pine unfinished. So pine, there you go. Accept that with the green arrow. And chamfer is fine. I won't rename that. They know what a chamfer is. That is fairly self-explanatory. Okay, so that's it. Happy with that. File, save as. That is called cab cover. There we go. Accept. That's that part done. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the next part. Okay, and this is another new part we're going to make. Part 9, exhaust pipe. Okay, we've made that first part. So I'll exit here. File, new, part, click OK. Now, in part 9, what's going to happen here is, okay, and this is something completely new to us. In our features tab, you can see it's grayed out here at the moment, where it says swept boss base, or sometimes we call it a sweep. Basically, we have to create what's a kind of like a profile and a path to follow. Okay, and I'll explain about that in a second. Okay, you'll see it in the video. So, open a new part, save part as exhaust pipe, that's fine, okay? So it says here, this is important. To create the exhaust pipe, swept boss base will be used. Okay, it's that tool there. For this, two sketches need to be drawn. The sweep path and the sweep section. So it says here, use the line command on the front plane. So we're going to draw this. We're going to draw that there on the front plane. It has a height of 35 and this arc has a radius of 10. That's what we're going to draw. And then it says, use add relations to make the end of the arc vertical with its center point. Oh yeah, this point here, okay. I have a different way about it. That's probably, there's a couple of ways you could go through it, okay. You could do tangents and things like that, but I'll show you an easy enough way. So we have to draw that sketch on the front plane, diameter 35, radius 10. Okay, sorry, just the bell's going there, girls. So, front plane, sketch. Select the line tool, starting on the origin always. Click. Press escape. I want that line to be 35. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is, I'm not going to do a circle. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do a center point arc. Now watch this. If you zoom in, you don't have to, but look, see how it's mapping onto that one there. I haven't clicked or anything yet, but I'm going to go out to about here. Click, let go, and when it gets to here, click again. You can see here I can draw it to there. That's kind of where I want it to be. You can go a bit further if you want, absolutely fine. I probably want it just to be quarter of a circle, a quadrant. Click. Okay, and that's it. The only thing I have to do is, if you look at that line, it's blue, I need to give it a dimension, smart dimension that needs a radius of 10. Notice how it got bigger. Once again, it's not fully defined. Reason being is because I have to dimension that with my origin. If something is ever not defining for you, often it's because it's not mapped to the origin. So if I click on this point, then click on this point, look, I can do that. I usually grab it out like this. Look, you could get the diagonal distance, I could get the height, or I could get the width between them or the length between them. I'll just do the height. Happy with that? Green arrow. Still underdefined, you might ask. You're like looking at it, why? If you actually look up here, there's a blue part here. So what I actually want that to be, if I smart dimension from there down to the origin as well, that's 45. Now we're fully defined. Can be a little bit funny sometimes, guys, okay? As I said, that's really important for your projects next year. Okay, now that's just a sketch, okay? Now that I've done that sketch, what I want to do, I'm still in my dimension tool, I'm going to exit my sketch. This tool here is exit. This tool here essentially means you could delete your sketch. I just want to exit it. So I'm going to exit my sketch. Notice now how the sketch is grey. I can't edit it anymore. If I wanted to get back to edit it, you can see it over here in your design tree. I could click on this and click edit sketch. I can edit it now if I want it. I don't want to though. What I want to do, and I'll go back in here, is we've done that. Now what it's saying to do, sketch number 2, we've done sketch 1, sketch 2. Select sketch command again and select the top plane. Remember the last time we did the front plane? This time we're going to do the top plane. Okay, now on the top plane, we're going to draw on the origin a circle diameter 3. Really, really easy. Okay, so top plane, you can notice how the top plane is here when I highlight over it. See the way it's there in orange? Click, sketch. Now, the other line that's there right now is actually that. Look, see that line? But when I look down top of it, it appears as a line. So I'm on the top plane, press the space bar and normal 2, we look straight at it. Now, click on the circle, click on the origin, I want a diameter of 3. There we go. Now, fully defined. Watch, we actually have 2 sketches here now. I'm going to exit my sketch. Now watch this, I have a sketch of a circle, and then I have the path that I want it to follow, which is this line. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, and once again the lights are going out here, guys, so I just have to move again. Right, so what I want to do now, we've done our sketch, we've created our our path. This is what we're going to do now. Okay, now we want to do a sweep. Choose Sweep Boss Base from the Features toolbar, select the circle as the profile, which is going to go in here, and then the line as the path, which is going to go in here. Okay, now I did this earlier, and it's a little bit funny. Okay, I didn't like how it happened. I'd say it probably was a bit different on the old system, but maybe it was on SOLIDWORKS 2015 or 16 when these instructions came out. But what we're going to do is, in the Features bar, Sweep Boss Base, select that. Now you'll see here, sketch profile, circular profile. We're just going with sketch profile. Now, in the sketch profile, this one here, you see that little symbol there? We want to select the sketch. We want to actually follow along. So in this one here, I'm going to select the circle. That's the shape. Okay? The path is the line. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this. Notice how, it's actually after working out for me now. Didn't earlier. Okay? Notice what's after happening there. I'm going to delete it there. So the profile is the object. You can see the circle I selected goes in here. I'll do it again. So profile, circle. Path, make sure you're selected on the correct one. This guy, there we go. Happy with that, select it with the green arrow. Essentially what's after happening is that circle has gone up all the way along the line and followed all the way along the line. Okay, really handy tool if you ever had to do something like leads and things like that, okay, or a chord. So that's my sweep, but I'm going to call that, I'm going to rename it F2 exhaust pipe. And there we go. I think they want to change the feature on this. It's going to be brushed brass, so right click, arrow. I actually did exhaust pipe there, but it'll be fine because it's only one piece. Brass, and I think they said brush brass. There we go. There you go. That's the piece. So File, Save As, part then would be exhaust pipe. Okay, save. That's the part done. Okay, now if I just refer out here, that is the part done with the last part done there. What we've moved on to now is the steamroller assembly. So that's all the parts made. Now we're going to take all those parts and we're going to start assembling, going step by step, and eventually here you'll see it starting to build more and more. Okay, so that's what we're going to do, guys. So that's that video done. Okay.